You just watched four different people. Different lives, different circumstances, different personalities. They were all doing the exact same thing. And so were you, probably today.
Here's something that should disturb you. The vast majority of your daily behavior is not chosen. It's not conscious. It's not even yours in the way you think it is. It's automatic, driven by forces your brain installed years ago and has been running quietly ever since. Psychologists have been studying these patterns for decades, and what they found is this. There are 7 behaviors that almost every human being on Earth exhibits repeatedly across their entire life. Behaviors that feel entirely rational in the moment. Behaviors that are almost never what they appear to be. And before we get to number 7, which is the one that will make you the most uncomfortable, I want you to keep track of how many of these you recognize in yourself. Because by the end of this, something is going to shift in how you see your own mind. Let's start with behavior number 1, and it's happening in almost every conversation you've had today. Behavior number 1, mirroring. You become who you're with. Mirroring. Right now, without any awareness of it, you are physically copying the people around you. Your posture shifts to match theirs. Your speech rate adjusts to theirs. Your emotional tone synchronizes. If they slow down, you slow down. If they become animated, something in you becomes more animated. It happens in the first seconds of an interaction, and it never stops. In 1992, neuroscientist Giacomo Rizzolatti discovered what he called mirror neurons, cells in the brain that fire both when you perform an action and when you observe someone else performing that same action. Your brain literally simulates the experience of being the other person in real time, automatically, without your consent. The evolutionary reason is survival. In a social species, the ability to rapidly understand what another person is feeling, to model their internal state, meant the difference between cooperation and conflict, between trust and threat. Your brain is running a continuous simulation of every person you interact with. But here's what makes this uncomfortable. It means your emotional state right now is partly not yours. It's been infected by the people around you. The person who drains you when you leave a conversation, they haven't just tired you out, they've physically altered your neurological state. And the people who energize you have done the same thing in the other direction. Which means the most important decision you make every day isn't what you do, it's who you're around when you do it. Behavior number 1, happening constantly, invisible. Number 2 is the one your ego will fight hardest to deny. Post-decision rationalization. You decide first, justify later. You believe your decisions are made by your reasoning mind. They are not. They are made by something faster and older, and your reasoning mind is hired afterwards to explain them. Neuroscientist Benjamin Libet's famous 1983 experiment showed that the brain's decision to act precedes conscious awareness of that decision by up to half a second. The choice is made, then you become aware of it, then you believe you made it consciously. Neurologist Michael Gazzaniga spent decades studying split-brained patients. When the right hemisphere performed an action the left hemisphere didn't know about, patients would instantly invent a reason for what they'd done and believe it completely. You experience this every day. You chose the job because the salary was right, but the real reason was the commute kept you close to someone. You ended the relationship because of incompatibility, but the real reason was fear of being truly known. You know this is true. You felt the real reason and chosen the cleaner story. This isn't weakness, it's human architecture, but it does mean that most of your explanations for your own behavior are fiction your brain wrote to protect your self-image. Number 3 is quieter than the first 2, but it might be the most dangerous of all 7. Confirmation bias. You only see what you already believe you see. You are not gathering information about the world. You are gathering confirmation of what you already believe about the world, and there is a significant difference. Peter Wasson's 1960 experiments showed that when given a rule to test, people consistently search for information that confirms the rule rather than information that might disprove it. Your brain consumes roughly 11 million bits of information per second. It can consciously process about 50. The filtering system that decides which 50 bits make it through is heavily biased towards information that confirms your existing beliefs. The result? If you believe someone dislikes you, you will find evidence of it in everything they do. If you believe you're bad at something, you will find confirmation in every attempt. Your beliefs are not conclusions, they are lenses. Number 4 is the one that will make the most ethical person in the room squirm.
Behavior 4. Moral licensing. You use your good deeds as permission to be selfish. Moral licensing. When you do something good, your brain quietly grants you permission to do something not so good shortly afterward, and you don't notice it's happening. Psychologists Benoit Mornon and Dale Miller demonstrated this in 2001. People who had recently done something virtuous were significantly more likely to make selfish choices immediately afterward, because the brain runs a moral credit account. You deposit goodness, then you spend it. You recycled this morning, so you didn't feel bad about the single-use coffee cup at lunch. You've been patient with someone all week, so you let yourself be sharp with someone who didn't deserve it on Friday. The good act became the excuse for the bad one. Number 5. This is where it gets personal. Behavior 5. Projection. What you judge most is what you fear you are. Projection. The behaviors that produce the most intense irritation in you, the ones that make you recoil, that make you judge quickly and harshly, are almost never about the other person. Carl Jung identified this mechanism as the shadow, the parts of yourself that were shamed, suppressed, or buried. Your ego then takes those qualities and places them onto the people around you. You don't see someone being needy. You see a quality you buried so deeply you can no longer admit you share it. The intensity of your reaction is proportional to the depth of the burial, which means your strongest judgments of others are a precise map of your most suppressed self. This is not comfortable information, but it is extraordinarily useful, because once you understand it, every person who triggers you becomes a mirror. Behavior 6. Status signaling. Almost nothing you own, wear, or say in public is as neutral as you think it is. Almost all of it is a signal. Evolutionary biologist Amos Zahavi's costly signaling theory demonstrates that humans broadcast signals of their fitness, resources, and social standing with every purchase, every choice, every word. Your brain processes social status as a survival variable. You cannot opt out of signaling. You can only choose what you signal. The question worth asking: what are you signaling right now, and is it actually what you want to be? And now, number 7. Behavior 7. Self-sabotage. You destroy what you want most on purpose. Self-sabotage. You have actively destroyed things you genuinely wanted. Not because you're broken, because your brain made a calculation and decided that wanting something and not getting it was less dangerous than getting it and losing it. This is the behavior that sits underneath all the others, because self-sabotage is not irrational. It is, from your nervous system's perspective, completely logical. If you grew up in an environment where good things were unpredictable, your nervous system learned that high points are dangerous because the fall from them hurts more. So it developed a system: get close to what you want, then create a controlled demolition before reality can do it uncontrolled. This is why the most talented people you know are often the most stuck. Remember the 4 clips at the start of this video? You saw mirroring, you saw rationalization, you saw confirmation bias in action, and you saw self-sabotage. 7 behaviors, all unconscious, all running constantly, all, and this is the part that actually matters, designed to protect you. You mirror because connection was survival. You rationalize because your ego needs coherence. You confirm because revising your beliefs costs more than the brain wants to pay. You morally license because you need to believe you're fundamentally good. You project because the shadow material is too heavy to own directly. You signal because status kept you safe.
and you self-sabotage because somewhere, at some point, having something good and losing it hurt more than never having it at all. None of these make you weak. None of them make you broken. They make you human. But knowing they exist, really knowing, that changes the relationship between you and your own behavior. You stop being someone these forces happen to. You start being someone who can, at least occasionally, choose differently. Which of the 7 did you recognize most in yourself? Tell me in the comments. I want to know which number hit hardest. If this gave you something real today, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to Mindstroke, because this is the kind of conversation we're going to keep having. I'll see you in the next one.